William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. You're going to sleep.
KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global. I'm joined by S-Jams. What are you?
I don't even know, mate.
Are you more than just a mouthpiece or a side cart?
I can't. Whatever you want to call me is fine. It's fine. I've got a few names.
Before we talk about today, I want to talk to you a little bit in depth about it when we've got a little bit more time, but I just want to talk about your collab with MTK.
Look, I think that if do you know what I mean? If promoters started working more closely together, you get more fights done. We've MTK a pro fighter, we're pro fighter. We've partnered up with them.
Okay. So what does it kind of mean for your fighters then?
It just makes us stronger. We believe that I believe that it's working better together. You work better together. You get better results. You're stronger in numbers.
Okay, so is there a possibility that you might take on some of their fighters in management? Or?
Who knows? You just don't know. But like, we've got a very, very good relationship. Jamie Conlon, great relationship with MTK. Who knows?
Okay. Well, like I said to you, when we've got a bit more time to talk about this,
yeah, we'll talk.
We will do. You love upsetting these Americans, don't you?
I don't know about that, but I've met Brian Jennings a few times. He's a nice chap, isn't he? He's I think he believes he can win, but he was. I get the he thinks that Joe's just going to do one thing, but he said that Joe needs to display basically something different to win this fight. But so does he. He can't just tuck up against Joe and move around the ring. He's going to need more than that. Joe's fought a few guys like Brian Jennings in WSB, in the amateurs. He's never fought a style like Joe Joyce. He's fought Rivas, he's fought Klitschko. They're not the same style as
Ortiz,
Joe Joyce. Ortiz
yeah.
is a completely different style to Joe Joyce, and I think he's going to struggle and drown in the later rounds.
So obviously off the back of Ustinov and Stavern, this is, in your opinion, kind of the next step up in Jennings?
Yeah, 100%. Jennings is the hardest fight of Joe's career, 100%. He really is. You just got to look at his CV. He's no mug, Jennings. He really isn't. I respect him massively for taking the fight, but he is going to get Jugosaurus Rexed like that.
Okay, fair enough. Not worrying, but you're sort of talking about fights ahead of what's in front of you. Doesn't always go to plan, as we saw on Saturday night.
You can't overlook opponents. So when people keep saying, "Oh, what's next for Joe?" Listen, we're concentrating on July 13th. Can't look what happened with Joshua. I'm not saying Joshua's looking past Ruiz, but I think his eye was just slightly off the ball, and I don't want to go into too much of that. But look, that's what can happen if you don't take your opponent 100% seriously. So Joe has to take Jennings 100% seriously. He's a live opponent. He says he's in tremendous shape. He's always in great shape, but Joe's going to have to be at his best to beat him.
When is kind of the next planned date then for Joe after this?
After the fight, I'll tell you.
Oh. Okay.
It's got to be. You can't, can we? I can't say Joe's penciled in for September, whatever. He's got to take this guy seriously. This is a world level opponent that's live, that's coming to win. So Joe's got to be at his absolute best to beat him, which I believe he will.
What were your thoughts on the weekend? Shocked as everyone else?
I was shocked because, again, I've seen, no disrespect to Ruiz, but I've seen him spar a few times, and I just didn't see for the life of me. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody really predicted that with Ruiz. Nobody predicted that. But it just shows what can happen. But do I think there was a problem with Anthony Joshua before the fight? Yes. But Ruiz was very good, and he deserves all the credit in the world. And credit to Anthony Joshua. He's not made one excuse. He's not blamed his team. It just shows the measure of the man. He's going to come back, dust himself off. But he has to win. Next fight's a must-win fight. I think his career's on the line.
What do you think happens if he doesn't beat Ruiz?
Where does he go? He's not going to fight the winner of Dave Allen or David Price. Joe Joyce, Brian Jennings, that's not going to get him fired up, is it? He's been topping bills, but the thing is with Joshua, he's had to learn his craft on the job. Do you know what I mean? He's this superstar. Every weight of his shoulders, like, and all the wins he's done, like he's beat Povetkin, Klitschko, Joseph Parker, back-to-back world titles, stadium sellouts, and the mistakes he's made in those fights, which boxing people would see, it was kind of the cracks were papered over by the fact that he's won, and the cracks kind of came into play in the fight against Ruiz. Like, he struggled massively, but I do think that wasn't the Joshua of old. Like, Ruiz isn't a big puncher. He's not a massive puncher. Povetkin's a big puncher. Klitschko's a big puncher. And Joshua dusted himself. He rose, got up off the floor against Klitschko. So I just do think there was a problem. It was like Space Jam. Like someone just nicked his talent on that fight. During the Space Jam, when they took the basketball players' talent and they were just all lethargic when they were playing, that's what Joshua looked like. It's the best way I can describe it, what happened.
I know you've probably played this out in your head, and I know you was kind of putting out Joe as a potential opponent for June the 1st.
You're going to ask me if Joe Joyce would have beat Joshua on that night, 100%. And I know people are going to say, no, but he just looks like he struggles massively with pressure. And yes, you could hit Joe, and you could probably drop Joe, but Joe's going to get up off the floor. Joe will get up off the floor. What are you going to do in those later rounds? He looked knackered after 3 rounds. Joe gets warmed up around that time. So people can say whatever they want to me, Joe's slow, he's this, he's that. I always think Joe's going to beat Joshua anyway. I know there's always... Styles make fights in boxing. Styles make fights like... I always said Fury was the best heavyweight in the world. But his kind of kryptonite was Wilder. Wilder nearly put him out, but luckily Fury had it within himself to get up off the deck, and it's all styles, and it's going to be... It just makes the heavyweight division so exciting. But I hope Joshua wins his belts back. Because it was bad for British boxing what happened. I know like people were celebrating his loss. Certain people was, and I think it was terrible, to be honest. Some people are happy about a guy's down. It's no good for British boxing. We want the belts here.
But Joe is your fighter, and you believe he would have done the same as Ruiz?
100%. I know Ruiz wouldn't beat Joe, and I know people are going to say there, but I've seen it up close. He wouldn't beat Joe. He just wouldn't. It's just my opinion. People can say whatever they want. I'm telling you, Ruiz wouldn't beat Joe in a fight.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to update us about? You're off to Vegas next week?
Yeah, you're there as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so see you out there. Yeah, my Guido Vianello's fight over his 4th professional fight on the Tyson Fury undercard. So I'm going to be out there for fight week. And then Cody's out next week as well. I'm devastated, really devastated. I can't be there to watch him make his first fight back since the passing of his sister. So it's going to be like a really emotional night. But Cody's going to get himself back in the mix, and he's looking so good at the moment. Cody, by the way, he's looking really, really good, and I can't wait for everyone to see him back in the ring.
All right. Any new signings on the horizon?
Yeah. I've got a new heavyweight coming on board, which you'll hear about in the next week or so. Really, really excited about him.
Okay.
So yeah, we're doing good things.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Sam?
Jennings' joke was pretty funny, wasn't it? The sidecar thing.
Funny with it, really, didn't
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Didn't really have a comeback for that, did you?
I didn't need to. I think I got a bit of a rise out of him, didn't I? The falafel rap was quite funny, wasn't it? The falafel rap was quite good. His brother wasn't happy, was he?
No.
His brother was not very happy, but...
He weren't happy in the interview we done either. He was standing there going,
Jennings
was kind of trying to play it down.
He was trying to play it down, but his brother kind of wanted to strangle me, didn't he? But they'll be talking about it all the way home, won't they? Don't worry about me. Worry about an 18.5 stone juggernaut that's going to run you over. He's going to test everything. He's going to punch you everywhere, the nipples, the ears, everywhere. And he's going to get done on July 13th.
Sam Jones, thank you very much for talking to iFull TV, and we'll catch up with you again in Vegas.
Nice one, mate.
What's up, man?
William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. We're going to sleep.